Hello. What's up, guys? I'm noticing that okay is that emote. It's soon 3 p.m. and I've been staring at this ship since maybe 10 o'clock this morning. And I haven't even touched it. And so I figured, what better way to get started, or at least do an honest attempt while ruthlessly whining, than on stream. So that's my plan. Now I haven't even checked if this works. It does. Good. I did some recent discoveries with my tablet actually, which maybe the veterans know. That is, veterans that aren't me. But maybe we'll get to see some of it today. Now, so I got the ship here. The problem is, this stuff isn't hard. It's quite simple, but somehow, for some reason, bothering to bring up the rulers for this is just, it's been impossible. For no reason whatsoever. Oh, hi Casey! Good day to you! See, I made a line. It's this simple. I set up the ruler, I make the line, I go on to the next line. Yet, for some reason, I don't know why it's so uninteresting. Or like, why I don't want to touch it. Selection still active. It's not even hard. But something about managing these rulers is a lot. Oh, you're going to the gym. Nice. Lift some weights for me, will you? I've been slacking. I should probably note this track for removal. This is supposed to be like a calm, yeah, era of relaxing Zelda songs. This is not chill. It's quite unchill. Oh well, later. This is my heroic quest to try getting stuff done. And finally I'm doing something. That's a huge victory already. Today is the day, boys. Is that truly A4? Do I have A4? Any sheet of paper in A4. Please? I just want to check. Cool. Got tons of comic paper that I never use. Should probably, one day. Oh yeah, that's way too small. Huh. I was holding a sheet of paper towards the screen. That means I should fix things. Let's see. Perhaps. Perhaps. Where is it? Perhaps. I got lots of like comic or manga paper. Would be nice to maybe do some traditional shenanigans on there. Ruler unit. No. Canvas? Yes, that's the one. Alright. Here. Now we gotta hold a ruler up to the screen. I thought there's this ruler down by the screen, though that isn't. It's not accurate at all. Alright. I will check holding the ruler steady against the screen. There. Huh? Oh. Okay, it is accurate. I'm just stupid. Of course, this the comic format is not A4. I'm silly. Look at me procrastinating already. Okay. Nothing to be done with those settings. Okay. There was no issue. That's, by the way, how you make use of the print size feature in the zoom menu. If you want to view stuff on your screen as it will be printed, you gotta define the specs of your screen first, and you do that by comparing that little ruler dialog box with a real-life ruler. And that way you get an overview of how it's gonna look. It's pretty neat. Right, I gotta pull up some more reference. Pure ref. Browse. It's so weird how I cannot open new files in PureRef if the canvas is locked. That's an odd one. Okay, here we are. So we got a ship. It's brightly colored, beautiful even. And for no reason whatsoever, the ship is somehow higher up. It seems to be lighter in the reference than now this spot in the port, but it doesn't matter. I don't know much about sailing. I hope nobody who reads this know much about sailing. It's fine. Let's see. Ink temp. Oh, these are all temps too. We'll go ahead and just apply those. Good. Alright, now since this wasn't... Oh, there. Locking canvas. Okay, so... we lost... They really lost the middle mast. For the longest time, I was looking at this picture here and thought that the three-masted ship suddenly in one picture just had two. As if I forgot. Good to know that's not the case. However, this one is way too high up. It's, oh, it's broken like down here. Dang. Alright. Now I don't know what's in, like, stopping me. I think it is the idea of using rulers, which I don't, at least I don't think I mind doing it, but clearly some part of it does. Oh. Now, I just started the stream so that I could get to work and complain about it. So I hope you guys are ready for me complaining about doing work. Doing the precious work that is needed. This already is just, oh, huge victory. I'm feeling better already. I've been, yeah, 3 hours ago I intended on starting a stream. Then I, was had my lunch, prepared some, homemade boba tea, except it was basically milk and coffee with tapioca. Now all that's gone. In the meantime, I filed a copyright report to Facebook, as if anything is going to happen in that direction, for just something small. There's just a page that had reposted some content without my permission, but it's just animal content, so it's not a huge biggie, but I'm not quite happy with people just taking and sharing stuff they find just to scrape in likes. Okay, so according to this, we got these things. We also got the funny part with just what of the connecting parts are just not there to make room for cannons. Surely you can do that, right? No issues. But the part I'm looking at, okay, here we are. Sort of kinda in the middle. Oh, okay, now for the fun part. Or maybe it's probably not great to look at. Bam! Now, I've been talking about how stuff is not quite one-to-one on the tablet. And it has had for years, like always, since this tablet came out in, I don't know when, but I bought the first one in 2009. And it's always had this precision mode button, which I think by default creates a frame to draw on, which is this big-ish. And it doesn't do much. Oh my goodness, can I hide a thing? It's the Twitch chat has a slideshow going on as a banner, and it's distracting me in like got it in the side eye view, which was quite distracting. Now, anyway, precision mode. I've been talking about how inking on the iPad feels more one-to-one in terms of just the scale of things. I mean, naturally, when you draw on a screen tablet, it makes sense that the movement is one-to-one, but on a non-screen tablet, you sort of rely on the tablet size matching your screen. And my screen is quite bigger than my tablet. Not too much bigger, but big enough that I think if I were to match completely, I would use an XL tablet. I mean, XL size. I'm working on the Intus 4 large model right now. Oh. So, two things I didn't know about precision mode, which is the reason why I haven't used it for all these years, is that first the view was very small, so it didn't ever feel necessary to have a little frame that small to do like precision movement, because then I would have to sort of remap my brain into understanding what movement is required in that tiny frame. However, I think for some reason I just had the thought the other day that, oh, but surely you can change the size. It can't be. Surely it can't be that it's not possible to adjust in any way. It can't be only that size. So, for the first time in my life, almost, well, okay, we're not quite closing into like 20 years, but I think it's the time has been enough to be allowed to drink. So finally I just checked that, oh, settings, it has settings for this. I gotta count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So finally I checked and I found settings for it, and what do you know? I can have a slightly bigger field. That doesn't look good. Bigger field that sort of matches the size specs of my tablet on screen. And so this little field of view matches way better the scale of my tablet, and in turn it makes the lines feel a bit more one-to-one. This is perhaps the longest explanation I could possibly come up with to just explain that, hey, you can adjust the size and make a more one-to-one feel with a smaller tablet, or a tablet that is smaller than your screen. on portions of your screen, of course. I suppose the other thing I didn't know was that precision mode is a toggle. For the longest time, I thought that I had to hold the button on the tablet to do my drawing and then release. Turns out that's not the case. You can, if you press and hold, it will flip into temporary mode, which is nice and useful for some things. But you can also just tap it and be happy. So those are my crazy discoveries, which I have been slightly excited about. And given that, like, as you see, my setup is just a complete mess. I draw only on parts of the screen, and so I'm not using the full potential of my drawing tablet if it's going to reach all the way across the screen. So this is sort of a better way to contain the drawing area for some time. I have the ever so sneaking suspicion that it's not that this is hard, it's just that it's not very interesting. For something that is built by, say, less organic shapes, I mean, sure, a ship has more curves and stuff in general compared to a building. But it consists of difficult shapes to define, and drawing those in 3D space is also a challenge. But you also got the having to draw long lines that are decent curves that fit together with everything. That stuff, it's not hard, but somehow it doesn't seem interesting. It's really hard to explain, really. Like here, I want some lines to be parallel. Parts to be parallel to some curve of the boat. It's probably better that I make the line and then I can erase later. And I don't even need to reach the layers here. I can use my own shortcuts to temporarily get the layer panel up here. It's wise if I don't forget about that. That can happen quite easily. Okay, I will apply this and we'll have to delete later parts. Curves too are quite a challenge to be drawing. Now the downside, well, there's a slight downside that maybe the screen gets darker around everything, but at the same time it doesn't distract me as much, and maybe I might even appreciate that a bit, especially with little stream chat slideshow going on. Hey, Agon, welcome. Hi, how are you? Look at me underlooping. I'm looping the undos. And it's not even important. I think I am overwhelmed because after I've done this ship, I still have another to finish. And they are only like slightly different, but enough that I have to redraw parts. Otherwise, I'm good. And like mentioned earlier in the stream, is that I'm already feeling the pleasures of the victory of finally touching the thing I've been staring at for many hours. 5 hours. Oh yeah. So I've been avoiding this for a while. It's just one of those pages where the whole body screams, I don't wanna. You gotta solve the puzzle of how to get the body agree with you. Just getting started is my biggest enemy. But as you can see, putting up the rulers isn't hard. It's for some reason, it just kills my will to do anything. Now let's say Windows on this. It does have some special detailing, but I don't think it's that important. Scooping around. Snook snook. Okay. So I got reference on the proportions, I don't have reference on the details. Oh, come on. Let's see, and sometimes I think the pressure bugs out sometimes. And then it seems that the best way to solve that is turning off the precision mode. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's good for when you have just a character to be inking. But since I've been avoiding everything, I've sort of inked most of the characters in here. I gotta still add people, but that's more scattered crowd vibes. So it's not the full potential kind of inking. Oh wait, I can use this. Reusing ruler. Ruler. Yeah, now I gotta avoid getting confused by like constantly doing different mapping. I wonder if the pressure sort of changes when doing the precision mode. Might feel a bit like it, but I don't know. We'll see if I'll continue using this. But I guess if it does shenanigans to the pressure sensitivity, then it sort of makes sense that it bugs out and gets confused. At least when hopping back and forth between other programs. Now for these here, I got I don't know how many of these we'll have. I'll just draw some. Can't be bothered to count them. Now this will be added to a layer that won't be disturbing the flats once I get to that. I'm just putting this on the cross-hatching layer so that when the time comes for coloring, I can just fill in. I'll just hide the layer with these on and take it from there. Easy. Didn't realize precision was a thing. Yeah. Old Wacom lore, I guess. Okay, what else we got on this boat? Here, I'm just giving up. There are things to consider about the back part that have been defined in like one panel somewhere, and I am not making it match. It's just how it is now. But yeah, I do enjoy the increased one-to-one feeling for sizing. Like my brain coordinates a bit better. I'm used to the translating mouse to or blind pen to cursor coordination, but if the difference between screen and tablet is too strong, then it sort of requires a bit more focus or just brain juice. Nobody's gonna look over here. It'll be fine. Okay, we apply that one. I'm gonna turn off the precision mode because I have to bring my homemade brush. You can see I made a brush base for it just there, like brush shape. Surely this works. Perfect. Strengthen them just a bit, though they will be mainly defined by color, I think. So very solid inks is not required here. Just gotta make sure it doesn't overlap the railing. There you go. Ah, you got back to Wacom screenless. Ah. Yeah, that's pretty nice though. It's weird to get used to. It's weirder to be flipping back and forth between them. For like a year, I figured, like after a year, I had to figure out that, oh, I gotta stop trying to switch between like 3 devices with different specs because my brain is just getting cooked more than necessary from trying to adjust. And yeah, screen tablets take up much space. Something that I don't miss. I also enjoy that I don't get as much neck pain. I don't need the glare. Like, suddenly I feel like a free man. Okay, that is good enough. It's sloppy, but it's good enough. Let's move on. Put more of these railings. Railings. Why railings? Do we even care how many there are? There, go. Oop. I just realized that I like having screenless because I'm more free to move my keyboard on top of it when I need to. I can draw the keyboard closer without having to fumble away the tablet because that's in the way suddenly. Alright, I gotta see. I got some murdering scenes to look up. Murder, murder. Okay, that's not very defining. I think I already got the reference here then, in that case. I think it's also parts that I don't have the exact... I need to make the shape of the boat, like here. But I'm also going to partially cover it with stuff, which makes it more complex. Oh, I meant this, an ended sort of thing when it's supposed to go all the way. Yeah, shoulders get it's just a lot of wear and tear on the whole posture when using a screen tablet. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but using iPad gives me neck pain, despite it not being very different from using a sketchbook. Okay, what the heck is going on? I think I'm experiencing a sort of bug with the pressure sensitivity. Don't know why that's up, but whatever. I'm drawing too small anyway. Alright. Stairs. Yeah, for my part, using a screen tablet was that I couldn't really see or reach my keyboard, which instantly made everything way more awkward. So, but I had a quite large screen tablet as well. Apart from the iPad, I had a Wacom Cintiq Pro, a 24-inch. Yeah. And if you don't use a keyboard, that's probably fine. But I use my shortcuts all the time. It doesn't come with buttons. It comes with a remote that goes into sleep mode every now and then, and that doesn't have enough buttons for me to set up my shortcuts. So it's just not good enough. On that old Cintiq, I just I really missed having my shortcuts. Hmm. Didn't know about the remote thingy. Different liner colors defines that which layer things are on. And so right now I'm drawing at the temporary inks layer, while the green is my background layer. I got a brighter green that is background characters and everything. And so the way I work here is that I first draw stuff on the temp layer, then I use my shortcut to transfer down as if to apply the line work, sort of. Which in turn, it just moves whatever I've done on the temp layer down to the layer below. And so I move this temp layer back and forth. Now, if I do a specific thing, like I want to add some stuff or whatever, if I draw something and I transfer it down and I notice the color is something else than I'd expect, then that's a signal to me that, oh, I might have transferred to the wrong layer. Ah, Northy, hello on YouTube. How are you doing? And so this is purely for like the work in progress stage, where I have to stay oriented on what's in the background, what's to be separated from other things. It's useful for me also when I can turn on and off stuff for coloring later to smooth out the progress there. So it's useful for a bunch of stuff. I just gotta remember to also turn off the colors later. Yeah, well, so thing is, I'm working in black. I'm drawing with, well, black. That's the other thing. I always work on monochrome layers because then, without the layer color active, it is just forced into drawing with black or white, depending on brightness of color and some other settings. But I am guaranteed to be working in black. Don't you hate it when you use the line art? You use a color to do line art and then you're like, oh, I've been drawing with a dark purple for no reason. So now I am drawing in black, but it is rendered as purple or green because you have this, what is it, layer color setting? Yeah, it's just called layer color. I don't know if it's default to Control B or Command B, but I found it useful because I hate switching colors for everything I'm gonna do. I'm just working in black and I'm happy. Hey, Northy, you moved to Twitch. Nice. That's 2 points to Twitch. And -1 to YouTube. I realized that since these are going to be, they are like getting saved on YouTube. So in theory, people can follow the chat if they're watching on there, like they watch the chat recap. So I'm not sure if anyone bothers to do that. I know for one that I like to watch videos in full screen, and I watch videos that use Twitch chat on screen, which is nice. So I completely ignore YouTube. You just use clipping mask to simulate the thing. Oh. Well, you're in for a treat. Yeah. I really love the layer property thing, and like many things in Clip Studio, you can configure what the defaults are. So naturally, when I make a new layer and I draw it some black or some purple, I activate the layer color and boom, now it is pink. That's the second thing I use it for. My default layer color used to be a darker pink, but you know when you've made your sketch and you're ready to do the line art, but then you gotta, well, for my part it's activated the layer color, but it's a bit too dark, so you gotta adjust the opacity. I don't bother with that either. I just, boom, my default layer color is so bright that I can just sketch directly on it, no adjusting on the sketch layer. The reason this is better for me is because I like to sometimes do some inking, then I gotta move back and do some more sketching. So this is the sketch, and as you see, I've partially inked it, but I'm like, oh, I gotta add some stuff to the sketch with a sketch color or whatever. And then I can quickly go back again and be like, all right, where was I? I'm gonna ink this character and be good. Bam. So those are just workflow things slowly developed. Calamari on YouTube. Hello. I'm working on a comic and I'm streaming because I have been staring at this ship since this morning and couldn't muster the strength to touch it. And now I'm relying on other eyes to hold me accountable. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. All right, let's see. How short is the broken? The other mast. Where is it? Broken ship? Broken. There we are. All right. Bit taller than the rooftops. Bit taller, so okay, it is actually. I initially sketched this to be shorter, just to not be too poorly clipped by the, or just to not be an undefined length, TM. But I'll let it be undefined. Fine. Fine. Yeah, I'm supposed to be able to ink 1 page a day, but this shit has been laughing at me for days now. Avida Livion, sup, hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, look at me now. I'm drawing long lines, and for this one, I'm not bothering to go on with the precision mode. It's better for other things, but I'll apply that one, and let's do another ruler, I think. Yes, let's do another ruler. Rulers. It's not hard, it's just not interesting. It's a lot of detail. Yeah. It's not even useful for anything. Has me wondering, why am I doing it? Boop, boop, boop. There. Got a line, browse. And I'll reuse that one. Let's move these apart. Always watching YouTube. Yo, welcome back. How you doing? You just woke up. Nice. Good morning, I think. Hope you slept well. Right, delete the ruler. I think maybe it's just the deleting the ruler that is a bit clunky for me in this workflow. Wait, did I want that ruler? No. Yes, no. Time zone stuff. Oh, you're not that far behind. Hope you had a good nap then. No, don't mind me, I'm mixing up people. I see an A. I think it's the same person. You fellas will probably notice that I am also a goldfish. Sorry about that. For this floor here, I don't even know how the front here looks. I would study ships, but I don't want to study ships. I'm just making a ship. But yeah, it's closing into 4 p.m. So it's been a work day, and I have been making vacation plans instead, which is necessary business, but it's also been not working on this boat. This dumb boat. Oh, does this even have railing? Maybe not. Ship-like shape. Yes, it's quite ship-like. It's ship-shaped. Oh, I'm glad you like the streams. Thank you. It's today's stream is definitely me needing some moral support for getting started, and it's working. It's working. We'll see how far this goes. I don't know if it'll be a very long stream today, but at least work was done, and that makes me happy. Now, what this is, I don't know. Should I define it more, or should I let it come on. I'm not sure if precision mode would help me here. Well, thing with precision mode that I discovered is that when inking on my large screen, I would get slight pain in my hands from being like doing nitty-gritty stuff. So precision mode helps against that too, so far, to my knowledge. Discovery. Okay, now new ruler. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just not very interesting. I should. Well, I was about to say I should stop complaining, but I am here to complain. For sure. Oh, alright. When you have a selection active, the ruler you place gets split into 2 rulers? Interesting. So it's nothing different from placing a vector line. That is interesting knowledge. I keep thinking that I probably mentioned this last stream too, but it would be nice to make tips and tricks videos for Clip Studio, but I would like to front it towards, or direct it towards, solving specific problems rather than having like, oh, 10,000 tips, you gotta learn about Clip Studio Paint, because you know those can be tedious, and I would like to have videos that would solve single problems, perhaps. I'm not sure if that's something for everyone, but I've been thinking about it. All right, now in here we have a pit. Well, not a pit, but you know. There is more railing. Where's the fight? Here we got some fighting. So that's one part of it. You can see it here. And we have a top-down view here. Only 2 stairs. No quick way from the front side. Okay. Good to know. Right. I should probably define the pit area first and then move over to making the railings. Find the railings to be the biggest challenger in this. Wait. Oh no. What is this? Operation. But I also want my lines to be slightly dynamic, so they shouldn't be all straight. I dislike super straight lines, but also for the life of me, I cannot produce harmonious straight lines. There we go. This is a start. Now if I move the ruler up a bit, I can reuse that. I just also wanna define some stairs, which they will be hidden by a railing, but I need to know that they are there. This is, you can see how small this is on here, like in my print view. Oops, that's an export menu. In my print size here, I am working on ridiculous details that are not going to be visible at all whatsoever, which is perhaps a nice reminder that I should chill out a bit and take it easy on the detailing. Okay, but we want to know that there is some thickness to this floor, so it goes, come on, M2, it goes down for a bit. Oops, not that far. And from there, still away with it, we have these things. What do you call those? Söjla. I could also just make a selection node there. Easy. It doesn't even need to be straight. Okay. Apply that. Then I can now start on the railing. Now the railing has both a top and a bottom. Yeah, we'll define the bottom first. Now maybe this needs to be a little thicker. Or this needs to be a little thinner. I could just move that. No matter. Oh, too far. Look at those tangents. Despicable. Now there's gonna be a hole in the railing for the way down. Here too. Now I could use my railing brush here to highlight. If you keep calling me Groot, I will stop replying to you. Stop bullying me. It is Grus. Get it right, please. Alright, now, not to be confused. I am a bit confused. Let's just anchor these for a bit. And I can probably just erase the parts that are so far hidden by the railing to make it easier. There, slowly. I mean, the problem isn't being close to Gru. The problem is that it's hard to tell whether the S in Grus, when combined with art, is Grus's art or Grus art. And I even say Grus art because it's how you would say rock art, not rock's art. You know? So it's rock art. Pebble art. Not Pebble's art. You follow? Okay, I'm ready to apply part of the railing. Can you guys understand why I dreaded getting started with this? Okay, it's applied, and I could erase this part, but honestly, who's gonna bother? Now, back to the convenient railing brush. Size it down a bit. At this point, is it even worth it? There we go. Now, it's okay to cheat if you build the cheat yourself, right? I'm in general quite against the use of brushes to as an easy way to create things, like create imagery. That's more because it is hard to make it look good. Not saying that I'm successfully making this look good in any way, but it is very small. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, for those who don't speak Norwegian, grus is just a word for gravel. Still so close you can't help it? Well, enjoy your silent treatment. Really, elimination is so bad. I get angry. Oh, do I still have the... Yes, I still have the ruler. Cool. I can add just a little dip here. There we go. Because I'm a big... Did I pick the name because I'm a big gravel fan? Let's say yes. For simplicity's sake. Okay, stop. Stop touching this. Stop. Just move on. There is more to be done with this ship. I have some masts going here. Oof. And it's gonna look quite bad. Also, I will have to once the base shape here is up and running, I gotta go back and forth and draw on details that will hide parts of it, just to fill it in a bit. So, but we're doing great. We're having progress, and it is wonderful. Next up here is the mast. Another ruler, please. Like, once I've gotten used to the vector line navigation, I think it did get a slight improvement before the whole all the updating started happening, the whole subscription update stuff. Before that, whoa, help! Don't hold your hotkeys while navigating to different programs. This was a nice quality of life update that happened. Oh, this is from Spirit Tracks. Huh. Didn't know. Fake fan much. I love Zelda, but I haven't played many of the DS Zeldas. I played way long ago. I did play Phantom Hourglass and A Link Between Worlds. Okay, we apply that one. Then we delete the ruler. New ruler. I think I'll just go with making single line and move it afterwards. That's easier. Or quicker, I suppose. Sometimes I make a ruler, then I just adjust it down to make it more similar to using a real ruler. Well, clearly not that way. But like, as much as I would love to keep the rulers forever and make them easy to find again when I need them, I'm just not gonna, dude. Navigating, reactivating, deactivating rulers and storing them in any sensible way is not worth my time. Is that? No, it's supposed to be that long. Cool. Or cool enough. I hate to say that I've been quite fond of the Liquify tool as well. Recently I've been painting with acrylics and I can feel just the wish for having that. Let's see, that's the right way, okay. I wish I had that in real life because looking at my painting, which is painted from reference, just a photo reference, I'm like, oh yeah, this part here would be nice if it was rounder, more like this, more this way. If only I could smudge it a little to nudge it in the right direction, which I can't. It's not possible. Right, we have, okay, another mast thing. The pointy mast. I really hope that I truly anger some ship freaks who will just rage and make videos about how I got everything wrong and oh my god, didn't this artist do research? They truly don't know anything about sailing. And I could go like, yeah, you're right. Thank you for looking into it. Oh yeah, this. I also got hotkeys for, oh dear. That's a different hotkey. I got hotkeys for activating snapping up here. Snapping to, what is it? Figure rulers, special rulers, and grid. I just mapped those to buttons. It is technically, yeah, command 1, 2, or 3. Which on my Windows machine I've mapped to Alt just to be less different from the Apple device. Let's see. Yes, we were going to. Yeah, I also highly recommend using, like, mapping those snapping icons to something, just because when you're working with rulers, like I am here, of course you can delete them, but sometimes you want to keep them for something. You just want to draw something around it for a short time, and then it's very nice that you can just turn off the snapping, do your business, and then move back and reactivate snapping. It's very good. Snapping good. I like snap. Let's go. We're quite let's going, that's for sure. I enjoy it. Truly, this is a huge victory by now. Alright. Yeah, still it's kind of awkward to go back and delete parts when I want to merge them, but it is much more controlled, and I like that. There you go. It's a rope. I think it's. Oh dear. So my thought here is that, all right, you got this huge rope that is for reasons binding down the musty thing, but I just realized it's on ships where you still have a more solid part going on here. I don't know, man. I'm just making a ship. Okay. Must. Now watch me just deactivate the ruler snapping just for this. Easy. And then, what was the short key? Yeah, got him. Okay, we got the base down, boys. Good. I'm happy. Wish I got the base down for this too. I guess that's the next part. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my art. For the first time in years, also enjoying it quite a lot. So it makes me happy to hear that others are enjoying it too. Now you can see here I did some loose inking based on the lacking of critical information. I think I'm just gonna delete this part if I can. There you go. Okay, pro tip, if you're going to draw with the transparent color to erase something, make sure that transparent color is selected in the color panel. Actually, we got this piece here. I can just Now it's railing. Whoa. Can I somehow reuse this? No, let's see. If I want to make that. I want to reuse it. I'll make 2 ink temps. Now I'm going to try to cheat. I did some cheating like this back in the previous book too. And you can't really notice. Oops. Yeah, whatever. There you can see this color here. There. We got our 2 different temp colors. Am I able? Oh. Uh-oh, I didn't apply the thingy. Then I just cut that out, paste it as a new layer. Now that's only the mast. I can apply that. I can apply that. Come on, transfer down. Yes. Ah yes, it's applied, it's just a ruler. We can delete that layer. Now we can first off delete the ruler. We don't need it. Then let's see if cheating is available. Looks rough. It's too complex, man. I can't cheat. Can probably work this. If we just pause there for a second. Alright, now this is just to have some slight quality of life in the making of this comic. I don't think I like this window actually, so I'll just take that. I'll cheat. I'll copy this window. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. Wrong button. Stop using the wrong button. There you go. And while it's not quite elegant in terms of the line quality. Obviously, transforming a lot around on line work will make the line quality worse, but honestly, this stuff is so small right now. And it's all because I'm working in monochrome. It's all crusty, good old pixels, no matter what I do. It's just that they get more jagged, you know. So I don't mind. It can stay. Then I just apply that. And I can apply that to the cross-hatching layer, and boom. Task cheated successfully. Oh, Light. You want to apologize? In that case, thank you. I can accept your apology. You feel bad? Like for real bad? Now I'm half expecting a prank. Well, what's the catch? What's the follow-up? Oh no. Anime flashback? No. It do be persuasive. Oh. Yeah, rough. Well, I can accept your apology. Now you know the rules. See it as, you asked me to only call you Light and not say your whole nickname. I ask you to call me Grus. Simple as that. I hope you can feel better. Oh, look here. We made rulers. Bro, we're making rulers. What's this music? Don't know her. It's just good classic Mario music. So the music I'm playing, it's the Nintendo playlists from Mario Kart. No, it's not. It's from some pixel game. It's the one you can ride on Yoshi. And leave him. You can jump away to betray him. Oh, wait a second. My sketch here has corrected something that my inks have not noticed. Okay, okay. Steps back. Luigi. I'm not sure if you can ride Yoshi in Luigi's mansion. Can you? Oh no, we got the pit again. Oh. I say as I draw on a completely different part, but I still realize I will have to redo the pit, which is the totally accurate thing to call it. It's also very important to, you know, make sure the art behind the speech bubbles are looking pristine and perfect, and just so you have a reward for people watching stream. You know what the people reading finalized stuff will be missing. Super Mario World, possibly. Yeah, you might be right, Calamari. I love Mario music. I'm not great with identifying Mario music. Oh my goodness. Alright, here's the view of the boat. Okay, from there on, I will apply that just to be sure. The next part, here we delete some. I think the whole deck here just has to be removed. I think another cool thing with the transferring down to a layer is that the layer below can be locked, like transparency locked, and it will still accept new line art from above, which is pretty neat. This is... I hand drew this line? No way. I can see, and I don't like it. Beautiful. Let's make a ruler. Curve ruler. Yeah. Some of the Super Galaxy soundtracks, it's so good. I think what was it? The Plank Galaxy we just passed by, and Gusty Garden Galaxy, my definite favorites from Super Galaxy. Excuse me, let me edit this. The line is too strong. There. Okay. The Norwegian alphabet looks so weird. Yeah, sometimes does. Especially when you flip it. Okay, I like that. Okay, delete the ruler. I feel like taking my mouse up to here and right-clicking to delete the ruler is in theory quicker than me selecting the ruler with object tool, then hitting delete, but I'm not sure. I haven't tested. Oh, by the way, welcome back, Casey. Did you have a nice workout? Nice gym sesh. Am I hitting the wrong shortcut? There we are. Okay, this sketch is not friends with the perspective in question, so we'll freestyle a correction of that. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Boop. All right. Okay, that's how you manipulate things. This too is... Welcome to the stream, where I constantly tell myself that stuff is not important. It's what we do here. Nothing matters. Okay, I'm gonna lock the text layer so that I don't select it on accident. So that's the most annoying part with the object tool. I could, of course, adjust here, but it would mean that I would have to reselect stuff to be selectable. However, I could make a separate, could duplicate it and set it to specific things here. Later. It also works to just lock the layers you don't want it to meddle with. Okay. First, we create the hole. Okay. Then, is this the below? I think it's the below. The underside. Wait. Fly first, so I can actually do my erase afterwards shenanigans. I feel that's a below, but this part is definitely an above. There we go. Better? I think so. Okay, move it back up. Again, looks a bit weird. But really, I just want to make somewhat convincing shapes in here. Does the railing go down in there? No, it doesn't. It just ends at the edge there. Only goes down on the inner parts. Okay, good to know. So it ends there. Then goes down here. Now we just make the connections here for at least the most important anchors. Anchor points, I guess. We're on a boat, fellas. Good. Now, let's see, what else? Alright, just a short breather. Back to looking at lines on a ship. Like, actually the stuff behind the balloons, it's mostly for my own part, just to have myself know this ship a bit better. Well, which I will need for not much longer. Oh yes, the mast is totally wrong. We move it. There. That works. It's not quite elegant. It's okay. We can make it work. I may not be able to muster the strength to actually draw through in super detail the stuff here. I'll half-ass it. It doesn't matter until I find out that I want to move the balloon and everything looks ugly, and I'm like, oh, dang, darn. Oh, right. It's probably completely unreasonable, but I put the, what do you call it? The steering wheel, whatever. The wheel in the front. Not because it's functional, but because there's so much stuff in the back of the ship that I thought maybe that stuff is in front instead. I don't think I've defined it anywhere. Here we go. Wheel. Set sail. I will not lie. I'm getting hungry. I was waiting for you, Casey. It's good you know your duties and respect them. Really? Is this the curve? Is this correct? Okay. It wakes you up from dissociating. Alright, so now I'm drawing bits of the ship here that I don't know what are for, but also the mast needs to be somewhere in between here. I'll just apply this first and then that this way, that way, totally that way. And then erase parts that are not needed. The good thing with having it locked, depends on your Clip Studio settings, but since I've already locked the transparency, I've set, no wait, it doesn't depend on your setting. Yes it does. I can not draw on a transparency lock layer, but I can erase from it. So erasing is easy, and I am physically blocked from drawing on the wrong layer, which feels like a good workflow, kind of thing. Now we're talking Mario Kart. Okay. This looks like parts of a ship. We're going to need more rulers. Okay, that's the pink part. Oh no. Some things are very wrong. How do I deal? Can I not deal? That would be nice, thank you. It's these rails. They're kind of too high up compared to whatever's going on. I'll just remove it. We can do it again. If you do something wrong the first time, don't beat yourself up over it. Just remove the thing and do it right another time and you'll learn better. That's basically how I'm learning Blender nowadays. I'm just doing a thing, realize it's wrong, redo it till I get it right. Can be frustrating depending on what you do and whether or not you understand what's going on, but it works pretty good. Oh yeah, again with the snapping. There we go. Well, in that case, I feel like I should remove this part too, because it's wobbly. Sinfully wobbly. I'll remove this part too. Then we make a ruler to match. Just move it. Make it hit that line, pretty much. Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. When you turn off snapping and you forget, and so you're about to just you're going to draw a line along a guideline, and then you follow it almost perfectly, so you don't even notice that the snapping is off. Gets me every time. Okay, I think that's better. Can I also just use this here? This is vaguely ship-shaped. Can just do like these. Now, even though I have a 3D model for the base of this, I'm like, dude, I can't snap pictures of every time I need a ship. I think I used it for the base here, but still sometimes awkward. Never quite right. Oh, that line is wrong. I see now. There is so much wrong here that I'm going to just accept it as it is and curse it when future me has to handle colors. That's how we solve that. Yes. Good enough. This is the yellow stripe. Okay, wait, we can save this. This is how we do it. Delete ruler. There. No problem. Okay, now we can do the not at all awkward placement of these little squares. Is the music loud to you guys, or is it okay? I mean, I can just turn on my headset if need be. But let me know. I've stopped bothering to do sound checks because it's very clunky in my end. It's very complicated in that I got my headset at a certain volume and I got VLC at a certain volume. But in order to check the sound from any recording, I have to turn VLC up to normal volume and turn up my headset. It's a mess. How many? 3? Okay. Okay. We're doing it. We're getting the ships coming together on this end too. I would like both bases to be done before doing any like detailing. Like there's going to be like a broken mast somewhere and some sail mess stuff. So if I got the shapes of these going first, then I can sort of try drawing them at the same time just to not forget any of the mess. Smidge loud, but okay. I'll turn it down. Smidge. Oh, this too is wrong. It's supposed to be more like so. Wow. I wish the Twitch chat window wouldn't bother me with like, cheer your way to the top. That many subscribers, wow. I'm like, this, you don't have to gamify this. I'm just streaming, bro. They want you to spend money so that they can earn money from taking pieces of your money while pushing them over to me, I guess. Yay. Like this way. Okay, that looks fairly good. Now to figure out what's going on here. Wait a second. That's this layer. for some reason. I'll grab it there, delete it from here. And I can apply it to the background. Easy. Guys, what do I do about getting hungry? Might be that it is time for a break anyway. I haven't been on break. And focusing is very hard at the moment. Yeah, look at this. I designed a kingfisher. This is the guy previous stream. I was like, I don't have a design for this guy. And now I do. I went way overboard with like the amount of time spent on just making a non-important character, but I'm very happy with how it came out. It's pretty good. Okay, I will have to jump on a break. See if I can remember to save your progress. Alright. I'll hop BRB. Hi. I was muted, sorry. Knew it was something. I got three clicks to do. And I forgot one. That's fine. We're back. Oh. Thanks. We're making planks meat. And we're deleting stuff that doesn't look as good. Hey Casey, are you seeing ads? Didn't think you were that kind of guy. Now, I know I was out having a break. It was a much needed break, by the way. I feel much lighter now. I'm gonna do some standing up in the room and see if I can tempt my bird into hopping onto my hand, because he seems to be a little restless and curious. So that'll be an added amount of break where nothing exciting happens. Now he's on my hand. He's getting seeps. He's very precious. And very brave. Alright. You got your lunch. What else do you want? Leftovers? No. You can jump off. You can jump off or you can follow along. You choose to jump off. Well, that's fine by me. Have a treat. Alright. Back. Am I stereotyping you? What if I am? Alright. Right, I made the music lower for you guys, but not for myself now. I gotta turn it down a bit for myself too. Back to this, alright. We're back. This is going to be some rooftop-ish stuff. Looks rooftop-y enough. Really, is there a way, Casey, is there a way I can turn off the little 4 more new steps to go slideshow thingy that's happening? Because it is obnoxious. Screen reader auto announce? What is that? Live activity? What is live activity? Yeah, the ship is progressing quite nicely. There should be. Yeah, it's a subscription. The thing just constantly changes height. And it bothers me. I should use the precision mode much more. That way it'll just darken the screen. But yeah, ship is progressing. Like I said before, this ain't hard. It's just not that interesting. I mean, the ship's there already. It's just making the lines. Having ends meet. In the most literal way. This here also very useful inks. Part of me is looking at this area here with the stairs. I'm not sure if I can be bothered. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, but Casey, do you know what the chat thingy is called? Because it is celebrations. Timestamp, yes please. Well, it is not combos animations and that stuff. Search goals. Wait. I can't really search in the in chat options. You're on control panel? Hold on. Search bar, dashboard search, is that the one? Automatically level up your goal. Uh-huh. Goal alerts. No. Customize progress bar? No. I mean, I don't care if it's there for other users, I just don't want to have that stuff flashing in the side view. Oh well. No solutions today. Delete it on the HTML. In OBS, my chat is like custom docs for YouTube chat and stream chat in OBS. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm useless. All right, we were here. I forgot. We were working on something here. And I didn't even notice. I'm just gonna make some lines, dude. Excuse me, what's... Oh, it's the gap closer doing things. Yeah, I know, this was the part I wasn't going to... It's what it looks like. Promise. I'm lying. See, I'll try to be quick. Boop. Oh. Or gap closer. It's usually good, I promise. I gotta careful with the promising, but you know. Mm-hmm. See, some deleting here. Other than that, it looks good. Cool. Nice and easy. Quickly done with. Okay, back to here. What am I looking at? Is it? No. This is how it goes. Follow the ways to make just the least useful piece of ship. With all the crazy angles, features, and railings. Especially the railings. This will be a bit of a pain to color. There will be small details. And that's the kind of support we need. This here is unnecessary. Okay, it's giving off the illusion of what we want to achieve, so that might be good enough too. It's got enough detailing for sure. Wait a second. Wait a second. Yep, this is a problem for future me. I will not. I will not. Simple as that. Alright, are we ready? I don't feel ready. For adding the clutter. Now, what does my sketch say? My layout? You can see all those little green lines and everything. This is just supposed to be people.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Oh yeah. My favorite track. My body is resisting. I am feeling strongly the I don't wanna. But maybe we could just move a bit towards inking some character. See if that loosens up. Now we can activate their precision mode again. Finally, we're doing characters. Yay! I love inking characters. This is by far my most favorite part. Though it can be satisfying to do, like achieve a few other things as well. Ruffle Huffle. Oh, I should move this one down so I can see what I'm doing. Now, since I zoomed this far in on the king, the precision mode is feeling a bit harder to control, ironically. But overall, I think it is better for my wrist. Now this face doesn't seem quite right. His eyes are... you know, drawing faces in profile is... it can be hard for as long as you don't, like, fully understand what's going on. Like the depth of features and stuff. When it's... in regards to profiles... let me see if I can make a quick example. So ears, we know that ears connect to the jaw like this, so that's simple. But like, what about the eyes? What I often see people do if they are young or inexperienced is that the eyes will just be here. When in reality, they are kind of... they're more following sort of a chisel shape of the skull. And so... like, stuff doesn't go as far back as one would expect. However, as a bonus, we have the case many people who struggle with profiles also do one thing, is that they do understand that the eyes are looking weird somehow, and so they try placing it like more and more towards the edge, which gives the bulging eye kind of effect. So of these two, I'll say Too Far Behind is definitely the better choice, because this quickly gets very Simpson-like, and will suggest that the person in question has like super weird features going on. But you know, you're allowed to draw your characters as you want. I'm just making a point here. It's a way to procrastinate. So there you have it. A non-complete explanation of weird things people do with eyes in profiles. Anyway, procrastinating. I even like inking characters. What's this about? Keep doing that. Moving away from what I love. And for this guy's part, he's a chubster, and so his cheeks gets in the way. You can't do this. It sort of, it's blocked. There's just this mass of stuff going on. Profiles are very weird, and it can get hard to get things right, but good news is that you can do a mix of choosing style and messing up, and you'll mostly get away with it. But I feel better if I try to stay somewhat accurate, or not realistic. Well, realistic in terms of just how these 3D shapes behave. Notice his head right here is actually a bit too big. It's too large, but I'll leave it. He's so small in the frame. And we, first off, let's see. Off with precision mode. Then we do some minor adjustment. I've selected the green background here because instead of dealing with masking, at least on some parts, I'll just delete the part of the background that is going to overlap. Here too. It's not a big deal. And for the background, I can use the existing mask to just poof out what I don't want visible. Ta-da! Congrats! We've inked a character. That's my little treat to myself. Alright, let's see. Who's next? Oh yeah, background, character. That's where the temp is. There you go. Apply, and we have a character in here. Good. Oh, I noticed I've not inked out parts here that are they defined in the layout or not? Kids jump down here. I'm feeling less and less willing to work on this or like do work. Would be wonderful if I actually got done, but I want to save my energy. I guess I am feeling pretty tired as well. What is a little character art? I think if I'm going to survive and not absolutely hate touching upon this boat, I should do something else. So I will do something else. I will pull up a previous page and I will add flats. I'll do flat colors to this page. Let's go. So the lower layer here, because I needed to sketch out some of the areas and didn't want to use line art because background lines are tedious. I flattened that one. But for the rest, I'll hide the effects layer and the cross-hatching layer. Now it's time. That's to fill all. Reveal other layers. There. Now we're getting started. Not super complex work, but there are some things that can be said and done. Ooh, I even know, I think after this I can do other things as well that involve flatting. The other day, this Monday actually, I decided to take the day off because the day before that was the Norwegian National Day. And I felt that even though it's nice to have a national day, it did land on a Sunday. And when I have lots of plans on a Sunday, I don't really feel like I'm having a Sunday. You know what I mean? So I decided to do something about that. Barrel. Chair. Chair. Sunday is to rest from the Saturday enjoying. Yeah, well, yes. It is to rest. And I didn't have that luxury because National Day was happening and we usually have quite a few plans. And I kind of need the rest too. And so Monday, I took the day off. It was good. And most of all, it felt really, really nice to be like, oh, I don't have to worry about a thing. Well, if I looked at my bank account, maybe I'd worry more, but we don't have to, you know, don't go making up reasons to dread life and existence. We're good. There's no reason to freak out. Yes, I got robbed of my Sunday. Monday, time off. Decided to do some acrylic painting, and it was refreshing. It was very good. Quite happy with the paintings too. They came out pretty okay. And this guy's sitting on the box. I can also feel that my brain is very much appreciating this change of task. Wonderful. Now, these are only going to be rough flats. So we don't really need to do all the big color choices or separations in here. I can just move in and fill all of this character. I suppose all of her too, though for her I do have the flat colors available. I could just grab the swatches. But this is a nice place to start later. Once I start coloring, there will be various levels of color detailing I will want to do. And not every character needs to be fully colored, and so by doing this part here, I ensure that some of the coloring job is made easier, while I can decide what part of the coloring job to prioritize. Kinda. If that even makes sense. Does this... Okay, it has a pillow now. Totally got a pillow. Also great, it doesn't need to be accurate. Love that part. Okay, so now benches, seats, tables are also going to be not super accurate. There's so many lines here. Is this? I knew it. There was something off. See, I had a mask going on here. Did hide some lines for the background, which did hide some table content. For this guy, he does have legs, but I gotta solve that differently. Let's make Keko. Whoops. I love in Clip Studio how you can just click and you drag. Congrats, you colored a bunch of stuff at the same time. very good way to just get the flats flowing. I sometimes think it back of on a comic I illustrated where they had decided to rent a guy to do the actual coloring. The time was kind of short, and I had offered to do flats for him, but he said no. That would make things more complicated, so it was best if he just did it all, which in most cases is the, say, correct way to prioritize. What he failed to consider is that I'm fairly competent. I would be able to make very good flats, and he would have had an easier time. But that project wasn't very good to work on. It's the kind of project I prefer not to speak about, yet here I am. Brought it up. Isn't that bad? But yeah, some projects are bad, what can you do? See, sometimes I will bother to do some detailing. Sometimes I will not. You know, especially it's a bit awkward to color pick. My approach for doing flats is it's not the quickest, in that I have to fill everything before I can do the next step. But I think, like in the larger picture, it does save some time. See, now I fill out this guy, but I'm not going to bother with that for all of the rest here. Some of it is quite nitpicky, nitty-gritty details. So it's best to just get the rough shape going and see how I'll deal later. You also got to keep track of negative space, where I failed to fill in the initial background color. So I don't bother with like spots I missed, because my workflow deals with that easy. No, wrong color, bad color. Another thing, if I go straight to the details, I usually get very disoriented from looking at the ugly colors when I've chosen them. If I picked ugly colors and I'm looking at them, I'm unable to decide what the right colors are. Come on. Which is, it's not strange, though clearly inconvenient. Here's another one. I usually don't bother going in to fix stuff unless there's a gap or something where it's bordering towards another color. Just fill this. Whoop. Oh. That one we don't want. I gotta... Actually, I'm supposed to be careful with using the lasso fill here, because it might make noise where it shouldn't be making noise. By making noise, I mean once these slats are done, and I've done all my shenanigans with them, all areas should be clean. There shouldn't be like dust from other areas. That's what makes things look messy and kind of hard to work with. Now you see we got this guy covered. If I now color pick, no, make a selection out of all of that color, I can just, preferably with the proper lasso, just fake that I thought about this. And I can deselect him and add some just very careful detailing here, as in very half-ass detailing. Now also there's this other guy here that I haven't even defined. However, we'll see if I turn on, what is it? Yeah, if I turn on the cropping, it's quite clear that the guy beside him is not going to be much visible. So might as well just be like, yeah, this is a guy who is there, but we don't see him that good. It's just a big guy. Alright, those are some good panels. Now, it's not important to keep these the same color even. Deselect. Color the little guy. You can see we're lacking the skinny guy in this one. I will not bother adding him unless I notice that he's needed for some detailing in the background. So, he's not important. I'm sorry. I appreciate him, but he's not important. There we go. Quick and easy. Do I want to color this guy properly? Sure. Some color picking we can bother. It's just something about pulling up the reference and doing all the color picking. I'm more into doing the color picking when I can just fill the area I want. If I have to both define where to fill, like I'm doing now, and fill with the right color, that's too much work, man. Dinosphere on YouTube, hello! Thanks for checking out my stream. And thank you. I'm always happy to hear it when people like the style. I would love this to be international at some point. But we'll see. First things first, making comic, most important. Filling eyes. Okay, we can detail some things here later. What? I could have sworn that color wasn't a blue. But it is. Look, I'm color. This looks like still a brownish black blue color. But it's blue. Well, it looks brown. Brownish black. And it's blue. Crazy. It's pretty good. I like it. I wouldn't say I love color theory, but I do love it when colors are doing crazy things like that. Okay, filling it. Filling in. I wonder when I will bother starting to color, and I suspect that's more of a concentration activity that requires me to do way more off stream, which I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I love inking. Inking is the place to be. Oh well, this is super clean. Hello. Not even challenging to fill. Only thing is here, we got one mistake. There you go. Negative space. Whoopee. Whenever I'm doing this, I always look forward to the magic part where, I mean, the flats still look bad in terms of color and lack of detail. But there are things I can do. Let's see, okay, now we're all flat and filled up. Now, if we hide the inks, this is how it looks. If I make a selection of my inks and delete that, you can see a lot of the, well, black areas have been deleted. Sometimes you like to use what I call the shrink fill, which is to sort of connect areas that are otherwise covered with black. So this is entirely cosmetic, it's not useful for anything other than making things stick a bit more together. Oh. There. Anything that borders towards something else. This too. I'm looking at these, but they're sort of a mess anyway. Doesn't matter. Yet here I am. There we go. Ah, more. There, good enough. Alright, I'll hit the button. Boop. Ta-da! Now, previous version, I got this thing. Yeah, I'll merge over there. And that's it. We made whole flats. So yeah, I think I'll quit there. Efforts were made, although a bit later in the day than ideal, which is fine. Doesn't. And some progress is better than no progress. And yeah, you can tell here. This is what I mean by clean. No specks of other colors. I'll probably repeat this part of it several times whenever you see me working. Because I love this part. Even though it's easy, quick, and it doesn't really accomplish much, it just makes it easier to continue working later on. So good work, fellas. We did it. We colored a page, and the ship has been built. It just needs some accessories. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. And I hope to see you later.